Hey guys, it's Julie with Julie's Designs. Today is another thrift flip video where I take items I thrifted and upcycle them for resale. So if those are the kind of videos you love, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I do these kind of videos every single week. In this video, we were going to be concentrating on creating a faux cement look. So this is actually a real cement bird. So this will kind of be our inspiration, and this is what we're going to try to create. I have 3 different objects that I've thrifted that we're going to try 3 different techniques on. That way, if you don't have like a certain product or can't get it, I wanted to give you like a few different ways that you could try and recreate this look. So first we have this very slick little teapot or kettle or whatever it is. And then we have this very detailed duck and this very detailed bird. So we're going to take these 3 items and try to create this faux cement look. This is going to be a super quick, easy video, something I think y'all going to enjoy and something I think you will be able to recreate without any issues. So let's go ahead and get started on these projects. I have not had any issues getting my paint to adhere to surfaces, but I've seen enough people have issues where I think it's probably just best practice to go ahead and prime your piece before you paint it. You can use any kind of sealer you have available. This is what I use. I order it by the case on Amazon because I use it so much to seal my pieces, and I'll have a link to that in the description below. To add some texture to this slick surface, we're going to mix baking soda to our paint. This is a quart of flat paint that I had color matched at my local hardware store from the Chalk Paint by Waverly in the color Mineral. The ratio of paint to baking soda just depends on the look that you're going for. I want this to be very textured because we're trying to get this faux cement look on this slick surface. So I'm going to do 1 and 1. 1 part paint to 1 part baking soda. This is going to create a very thick mixture. It's going to seem too thick at first, but just keep stirring it and all that baking soda will mix in with the paint. When doing this technique, I like to use a chip brush. It adds even more texture. For the first coat of paint, I'm not going to think about it too much. I'm just going to get it on there and not overwork it, then let it dry thoroughly, and then we're going to add even more texture to the second coat. Now let me explain to y'all why I'm using latex paint. I've done this technique a lot and I've used many different kinds of paints, and I didn't find any difference when I add the baking soda. If I use latex paint, chalk paint, acrylic paint, whatever, it all works the same. And since I do this technique so much, I decided it would be more cost effective to just go get me a whole quart of paint mix at my local hardware store. And I color matched it to the color Mineral because I just really love that color gray. You want to let your piece thoroughly dry before you move on to the second coat. Now for the second coat, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of pounce it and stipple the piece, and that's going to create a lot more texture here. Most cement pieces are not smooth. So once again, this video, we are creating that cement look, and this will help you achieve that look on a very slick surface. Now we're going to paint the ducts using the Waverly chalk paint in the color Mineral that I showed y'all earlier. I decided to stick with the chalk paint for this project just because I know chalk paint sticks to everything, and I haven't tried the latex paint just on a piece without the baking soda mixed in it. So I decided to stick with the chalk paint that I was used to and comfortable using. I'm just showing y'all the paint and the products that I use. But if you have similar products that you are comfortable with, then I highly suggest sticking with the things that you are comfortable with. And if you have any suggestions for me of things that you think I should try, you can go ahead and leave it in the comments below. I ended up only having to put 1 coat on this duck and then just having a few little touch-ups. And then I went ahead and painted the little bird the same way that I did the duck. At this point of the process, if you want to make 100% sure that your paint does not rub off, you could add another layer of Rust-Oleum Clear Matte before we move on to the next step. We're going to be adding white wax to these pieces, and I have been making my own white wax, and I love it because you can get the exact shade of white that you want. I prefer a little bit of a brighter white instead of a creamy white. So you want to mix your clear wax with white paint. Whatever white paint you have on hand will work. The ratio is approximately 1:1, but you do want a tad more wax than white paint, and then you want to make sure they are thoroughly blended together. I usually use Waverly clear wax, but I haven't been able to find it, so I ordered this Folk Art brand off of Amazon, and it's been working out really good. I'll put a link to it in the description below. I want to show y'all how good this color match is. So the duck is painted with the chalk paint, and the teapot is painted with the color match paint. Okay, now we are ready to put some white wax on our pieces. You are simply going to just brush the white wax on, then you're going to take a paper towel and wipe it off. And what happens is the wax is going to stay in the low spots, and then the high spots you'll be rubbing that gray color back through. And this helps to really make that beautiful texture that you just created really pop and give that faux cement look. I am interrupting this video to tell y'all the winner of the crockery stamp giveaway. Thank y'all all for all the comments and everything. I had over 2,000. Thank God they make an app where you just put that in and it picks a winner. So I'm going to put a screenshot so y'all know I'm not lying. The winner of the crockery stamp giveaway is Misty Maples. So Misty, if you're watching, go ahead and reach out to me on social media, or I will reach out to you. Either way, we will get in touch so that I can send you your crockery stamp and your ink and everything else that you want. And y'all, the crockery stamp is supposed to be back in stock at the end of May. If y'all have been waiting for it, I will definitely post everywhere once I hear word that it is officially back in stock. And we will be doing more giveaways because this was fun. Now back to the video. We're going to do the duck in the exact same way. We're going to paint on the wax and then wipe it off. We did not have to add any texture to this piece because this piece already had so many lines and texture in it. And y'all, this came out so good. This duck was the perfect example of this technique. Look how beautiful that looks. I mean, it is almost exactly like our inspiration piece. So that's what it looks like before you add the white wax. You can really see the difference that white wax makes. We're going to be doing a different technique on this little dove. We are just going to be using white paint. Once again, you can use whatever white paint you have available. And then we're going to do what is called dry brushing, where you put some paint on your brush and then you wipe a lot of it off. And then you're just going to rub it on your piece lightly, going over all those details. And it is almost the exact opposite of waxing. So what happens is the paint catches those high spots and stays on the high spots, and then your gray paint will be on the low spots. It takes so little paint. I actually did this entire bird just dipping my paint in that one time and wiping it off. And if you feel like you put too much paint on one spot, you can go ahead and just keep a baby wipe or something handy, and you're able to just wipe off the paint in that one spot. This technique is really easy, and this is something you can do in any color. It doesn't have to be white. You just want to make sure you have a very dry brush. It takes so little paint to do this. Even though we created lots of texture and interest on this teapot, I'm feeling like it's still looking a little bit plain and it needs a stamp. So I decided to stamp the word T on the side of the pot. I'm using the Typesetting Stamp by IOD, and I'm just doing one letter at a time since it's such a curved surface. I thought that would be easier. It is really hard to stamp on camera, especially on a curved surface. But I did a pretty good job, and I do find when you have all this added texture, it's easier to keep the stamp still than on a smooth surface. And I think it came out super cute. What did you guys think about today's video? Leave a comment below and let me know if this is something you think you could recreate. Do you love the faux cement look? Because I know I do. Like all those little figurines that you can find usually at thrift stores and garage sales, you can put this technique on it and they would be so cute and so updated. Now, if you're wondering about the shirt I'm wearing, this is a new shirt in my Teespring store. It says Thrift, Flip, Sell, Repeat. Exactly what I do all day, every day. So I have the link below if you want to go ahead and check that out. I have lots of pretty colors and they are super, super soft. I really like these. Very comfy and I find they run true to size. All right, guys, I hope y'all have a wonderful day and I will see y'all in the next video.
Thanks for watching and give this video a big